listening to the LOZ Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the LOZ Podcast Network. This is the show where you're either watching us in the LOZ app, or you might be listening to us on KRMS radio on Saturday mornings from 10 to 11 a.m. We call it the Simulcast. It's something fun that we're trying, and the collaboration with KRMS. And so each week we talk to four different local people around town. It could be a business owner, it could be a real estate agent, it could be somebody who we just want to get some more information from. And I'm excited today because we got a guy, Jeff Pfitzer, is with us from Pfitzer Media. And you've seen him around town. You've seen him on social media. He's a social media guru. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm good. Good to see you, man. Good to see you back at the lake.
Welcome to, back at the lake for a little bit. Welcome to the show, man. This is fun for me because you and I collaborate on a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff in the LOZ app. We do stuff for the shootout. There's a lot of different things around town that we seem to run in the same circles. So I love having you on the show and talking about what you're doing at Pfitzer Media. I think what you're doing is awesome. You have a ton of stuff going on. I don't know how you do it, how you have enough hours in the day. I see you everywhere. But tell everybody a little bit about what Pfitzer Media does and what you're doing here locally at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah. Short story is I was a second homeowner here starting in 2012, and I was in the mortgage business at the time, and as time evolved and I was looking for new marketing tools to grow our business and kind of sustain, I kind of backed into doing a lot of video and social media before really anybody was doing it back in 2015, 16. And it led me down a path of teaching realtors, because realtors were my avatar, for the mortgage business. And as I was doing this, I was quickly realizing I wanted to be a practitioner of what I was preaching. And so I was doing all the things that I was telling people to do. And one of them was just document the things that you're doing in your life, because social marketing is completely different than all traditional marketing. And it's really evolving and changing the way we market in those traditional mediums. And as that happened, I was documenting, my weekends. I was a weekend warrior at the lake, and stuff just started to pop off. It was very specifically on TikTok. And it was a number of years ago. I don't even remember how many anymore. I went to one of my partners and said, you know what? I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. And my audience is speaking to me through their engagement. And it was consistently, every time I would post something about the lake, it would pop off. And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop everything that I've been doing on this channel. I'm going to shift it to be all Lake of the Ozarks. And I'm going to set a goal to post every day for a year. And I'm going to see what happens. And I did that. It wasn't even a month after going all in that I got two real estate leads. And I'm not even a real estate agent. And it convinced me, like, wow, okay, this works. And I'm not even really trying. And so ever since then, it's just evolved. It became Lake of the Ozarks lifestyle. Opportunities started to knock on my door because I guess it's something that didn't exist here. You've got some of the traditional marketing companies, but nobody was really specializing in social. And so I just leaned into it. And one thing led to another. And I ended up moving down here full time. Been down here now for almost a year. And it's totally turned my life completely, I guess. I don't know if upside down is the right word, but it's changed our lives. And here we are, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Yeah, and we love the collaboration we have in the app. So if you guys go into our events section, you'll see Jeff puts a video in every week. He, promotes all the events going on. Not all the events, but you select some certain events that are going on for the weekend. And then you got a newsletter for that as well, and a YouTube channel. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, all the things. So Lake of the Ozarks lifestyle, it started on TikTok. We expanded to Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel, and now we just started a newsletter back at the end of the summer, my email newsletter. And so, one of the things that it really started with was me just putting out a weekend events video, which people really seemed to like. And then I started talking about the things in the news, and then it started to get into doing business highlights. But businesses would reach out and said, can you do a video about me and my business? And that's really where the YouTube channel started, because we were starting to do longer form content. And so that's really what it's become. So we do things like, I have a realtor partner who we do monthly market updates. I do some things with a short-term rental company where we talk about, some of the tips and tricks for short-term rental. We highlight events, we highlight local businesses, things to do, really all the things you can think about. I look at myself as an ambassador for the lake. I think I've kind of become, that really, and maybe even an apologist. I'm the guy that's really an advocate for growth, an advocate for just defending the lake, and especially on social media, there's a lot of it's very easy to chime in and be negative and angry, and I'm constantly apologizing for it, and like I said, advocating for growth, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it's the evolution of time. I think we are going to become one of the bigger, better vacation destinations in the country, and we've never really been that other than in our little bubble in the Midwest. And I'm here for it, and so that's kind of where I'm built from. And then, as you mentioned, the newsletter really it was just a recognition that hey, not everyone. I mean, most everyone is on social media nowadays, but not everyone is at it at the level of some others. And I just figured let's find some different mediums to bring them a different style. And there's a little bit more written style. We've got links to some of our videos, but same general idea, just put out a different way because everybody's different, likes to consume stuff differently.
Yeah, and that's why we love having you in there because you know what, we do our spot part on events, but we don't do a video every week. You do. It's kind of nice. We have a little bit of both. We can collaborate with you and on some of your stuff. And I love the fact that you're an advocate for the lake, and we are too. And I'm a huge advocate for local. That's what we try to do in the LOZ app is promote local. And there is that back and forth. You have the old timers who don't want the lake to change too much. You have the new people here that want all the new amenities. They want the new restaurants. They want all the new stores to come in. They want the everything that you can do. And so there's a little bit of back and forth. Like we don't want it to change, but yeah, we kind of do when we want it to, but only Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Keep it the same Monday through Thursday. So there's a lot going on. And I mean, with all of the things that are happening here at the lake that are coming with you've got everything that's happening with the casinos, and then you got, Bass Pro
Yep.
coming in, and then you got the big amusement park opening up. I mean, things are going to change dramatically here at the lake. And I think, and it's not too far off. We're talking about next year, and so there's going to be some growing pains. But I love the fact that you're out here promoting for people. You're doing it for local people who are here. That's what we try to do too, and keep the money here at the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And in response to that, so anybody listening to this, maybe even on the radio, because obviously that is what I would consider an older school or traditional medium, right? And the answer to that is, why don't you ask a Native American, right? You go back that far in time, or ask somebody from 150 years ago in Chicago or St. Louis, and it's just the world that we live in. Everything evolves, everything changes, and unfortunately for those people, we have become very popular, and we've become a destination and a place that people want to come. And like you said, supporting local. And that's my mission, is that the growth and the sustainability for local businesses is tourism. We're never going to be a market that is a ton of full-timers. It's really just because of the topography, because of the cost, because of the location, all the things, right? I think we're always going to be a vacation destination. But if people like you and I are out there promoting local, and Johnny Morris doesn't need our help promoting Bass Pro. And if Johnny Morris had a restaurant, he wouldn't need my help promoting it. So I need to promote the local guy that's down the street so they don't go out of business. And that's part of our job. I feel like that's what we're here to do. And I plan on doing it for as long as I'm on this earth.
Yeah, and that's cool, and it comes through. I mean, your content, I love it because it's relevant. Sometimes it's edgy. Sometimes I mean, you're not afraid to take on a topic that maybe people stay away from, and I think that really lends itself to why people are drawn to your message and what you're saying. That really, there's people out there that want to always say the politically correct thing, and sometimes you have to go in a different direction to wake some people up. And
Yeah.
you seem to do a good job of that.
That's what social is. And again, we've for most of us, we kind of grew up with radio and TV and print and that sort of thing. But social is different. And you've even noticed kind of a shift in the world. And a lot of people now don't go to traditional media sources for their news anymore. They go to social. And part of that reason is because we've become wise to the fact that every one of those traditional media sources is effectively got some skin in some sort of a game. And so whatever message they're putting out is going to benefit them. And there's a lot of people on social that don't have any financial benefit. and they're just going to put out the raw information.
Well, I know that you got a lot of stuff coming out for next year. There's a lot of exciting things you're doing. I've seen you all over stuff with the shootout. I've seen you stuff over with Lambda. I've seen you, a ton of content out there. And then also for, just general businesses out there. How does people get a hold of you if they want to sign you up?
Yeah. I mean, the easiest way is my cell phone, 573-480-8040 is simple. A lot of people reach out to me on social, obviously. So you can DM me on whichever platform you're on. Facebook and Instagram tend to be best. I get a lot.
And you could go in the LOZ app now because we have a section that's dedicated to you in Pfitzer Media, right in the LOZ app. And all you got to do is push a button. You don't have to remember anything. And you'll be talking to Jeff one-on-one, and maybe he can help you with some of the stuff he's doing. We're going to do some collaboration with him in the app as well. So, I just wanted to have you on today because I love the stuff you're doing, brother. It's really good. It's relevant. I know we're going to do some more stuff in collaboration together, but I wanted people to kind of understand what you have going on at the lake and what your brand is and really be able to kind of get a hold of you and see if it's something that's great for them. I'm definitely going to have you back on the show and we'll talk about some new topics. You and I are big down the AI rabbit hole, so we're going to talk some of that. So I'm excited and thank you so much, man, for coming on to the LOZ Podcast Network show and on KRMS here and letting everybody know what you do.
Thanks for having me, man. If anybody needs any social media marketing needs, I'd like to think I'm your guy.
Jeff's your guy. Thank you so much for another episode of the LOZ Podcast Network. We will be right back after these messages.